ready to get showcased?
Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega on location, also joined by the Blackheart, Chris Island, on location as well for this week's edition of the pod. Blackheart, are you there?
I am.
So,
a little bit late, but we are on.
Well, you wouldn't want to disappoint the people. Oh, look at that. Look at that face in the background there. Lovely.
That's only a face that three people can love.
Lovely individual. Well, nonetheless, a lot to talk about. We're in the eve of, the big event chamber for WWE, as well as our debut event in Quincy earlier this Saturday night coming up here this weekend.
I'll say I'm in Marchiversary mode.
That's
we're getting to Saturday, Sunday. I mean, March should just be called Showcase Month instead of March.
Well, it's definitely the road to Marchiversary. A lot of things happening. A lot of things went down. The last installment of Showcase Saturday night in Woonsocket, lots of shady things happened. We'll get into all those and more here this week. But like we said, we're in the eve of a wrestling weekend with, WWE. We had some picks that we had last week that we didn't complete. We'll complete those here this week. Let's get right into the news. Any news that we had filter into the message pod message board there?
Danny, do you want to bring some of that up? I know I shot some. I think probably the first one is happy birthday to the Nature Boy.
Nature Boy Ric Flair, and big birthday. How many?
It looks like 77, and got to be inspirational. Some people like him, some people don't, but man, when you see him out having a good time, I think at the gym, he's still killing it.
Yeah, he's still getting his go. Rick, you see him post his videos working out and training, and as well as going out and having a good time, like you mentioned. So happy birthday to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, one of the best wrestlers in the wrestling business, Ric Flair, still kicking.
Is that Gary Gold or Ric Flair? Woo!
I believe that's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Well, the only difference between the two, we've had Ric Flair sightings. We have not had Gary Gold sightings recently.
Well, Gary, these days look more like Ben Franklin. Last time I saw him, he was looking like old Ben Franklin.
It's been a while since I've seen Gary. So, Gary, we don't know what Joel Davis is. So we may have to send out a search party for where in the world is Joe Davis and Gary Gold.
Oh, Joe Davis is doing good. I talked to him this past week, so he's got some stuff brewing. So we'll find out shortly where Joe Davis is going to be with his comedy gig. So,
all right.
Yeah, he is alive and well, the real deal, Joe Davis. So, any other news that we want to get off rack before we get into other stuff?
I can't see what I sent on Messenger. I know
Danny,
I sent
what we got
throughout the week.
Well, I think we talked about it last week, but the WWE reportedly blocking local venues from hosting Elimination Chamber parties.
So, I saw that, and I guess the block continues. They are trying to block people from having anything to do that doesn't directly affiliate to their pay-per-view, the Elimination Chamber, on Saturday. So what shady shit is going on, huh?
No, I mean, I think they forget that, they're getting paid for it. If a bar is showing it, they're getting a portion of, I know before they used to do it by seat, that whatever the seat capacity of the place, where to see the screen, that would be the fee that they would have to pay. But WWE is still getting money. And guess what? Some people would rather, be in a bar setting than be in an arena setting, which I totally understand.
So, it's just ironic that they do get money from these things, and it's like the greediness is just coming out the pores of TKO, and just wanting to milk dry every possible auction. And I got to read up on ticket sales for Vegas for Mania, and like the cheapest seats are like $500 $500 up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, I mean
that's per day. So you're figuring well over $1,000 for a 2-day ticket if you buy it individually. So,
well, I think the only good part about that is with the independents. I think a lot of people are going back to the pure love of the sport and entertainment, and I think that's why people go to independent pro wrestling. The ticket prices is lower, the action is closer. And I also, you see them now before they're a star.
Well, speaking of independent, we've seen another old face, and we just talked about this earlier today. Another old face come back to his independent roots and a company that he engraved, PWF. The king of old school, Steve Corino, made an appearance at his organization, the PWF, and I think he won a title, didn't he?
Yes.
So he's back. He's back there, and he did cut a promo after his match, and he said that the powers to be allowed him to officially get back in the ring when it comes to PWF. We talked about the independent and WWE going back to the roots, going back and concentrating more on the talent that's out in the independent circuit. Could this be part of that? Could this be Steve, kind of working with the people that they have an eye on and kind of having that control again of being involved physically in the ring with some of this talent?
He became the first ever 7-time PWF champion.
Yeah, no, it could be a good way to, get them in, have some eyes on them.
Yeah.
Before they invest time and money by bringing them either to a tryout or even send them down to, NXT for a tryout.
Well, it's ironic that this is happening now. I mean, years and years ago, we've had these conversations when they were bringing people in and paying them to train, people that had no interest in wrestling other than, the fact that they're getting paid and they're going to get exposed to television, and maybe they can use this to bump to doing other stuff on television, and, not really appreciating the talent that was out there, doing the day in and day out in the independent. And now they're going back to what they should have been doing all this time. So many money and efforts later, they're going back to what they should have been doing, is getting wrestlers that want to be wrestlers from a wrestling product.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've said it for years. You can't teach passion. You can help direct, and you can have someone do, great drills and fundamentals and they're coachable, but it's the passion part that's missing.
Yeah.
And that comes independent. I mean, people do not know this average sacrifice that people do depending on their age and what they're doing. I mean, we have a lot of guys 18 to like 28, they're going to work throughout the day or going to school or college, and then they go to training. So they're not getting home to 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night and then repeating it, 3 or 4 days a week. And then you throw shows on. I mean, that's dedication.
Yeah.
Never mind if you're an older person or you have other responsibilities between, family, wife, husband, household, kids. You throw that on, you got a balance. And if you don't want it, you have that passion, you're just not going there for a paycheck. And I think that's the difference between someone who's coming from the college level and coming from the independents. You know, they had the grit, they had the passion, you know, but on the flip side, some of these, you know, guys and gals are not coachable. They don't listen. They have discipline problems. They have organizational problems. So each prospect that they're bringing, either from like the college recruiting, you know, that athlete or the independents, I think they both have their problems. But I think history shows anything. Majority of times, the independent people are going to be able to work through it because of the passion, and that's where I put my money.
Well, yeah, of course, you know, it goes back to the roots. Like I said, they're definitely going to pick the top of the line when it comes to the independent guys that are already out there doing it at a high level. You know, the guys that are out there doing it and, you know, training and are prepared to go at that level and are prepared to be on television. You know, compared to the guys, like you said, you know, you get a lot of athletes already that are established athletes in college and have a great look and have a great discipline when it comes to, you know, physical fitness and conditioning that we see a lack of with a lot of indie guys. Like you said, a lot of guys have to have normal lives and jobs and, you know, whatever the case is no excuse. But, you know, when you're a college athlete and you're just investing your time on training all the time, you're going to have a lot better physique and a lot better conditioning than somebody that has other stuff going. And that's why they went the route to hire a lot of these people. So, but then again, the return investment wasn't the best because how many guys that they picked up, you could say, that went on to making the company millions of dollars and becoming, you know, a household name? Not many. So, in comparison to the list of guys like, you know, a guy that we just saw on other news, or guys that we just saw had a kind of farewell tour, you want to say, because he had his match and then he had his last appearance in Atlanta. AJ Styles, and we saw The Undertaker come out. You saw that?
Yeah, I mean, well, that goes down for the news.
We saw The Undertaker come out, and you know, kind of people were thinking, oh, he's gonna pitch a match at WrestleMania. You know, he kind of gave that vibe, but then he officially gave him the invite to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026. So AJ Styles has been officially announced to join the class of the Hall of Fame of this year's inductees. A lot of people complaining about that. So a lot of fans complaining about AJ Styles getting inducted before other individuals, which I think is bull crap, you know.
Well, I think they forget who's actually putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's probably a small room of people, and even we look around here. You know, when people put together Hall of Fames, you know, even like with us doing for Showcase Hall of Fame, some days you forget people, and you know, some days we're trying to do it on an order. But when there's so many names, especially, you know, they're trying to sell tickets. People forget that they are in the business of selling tickets.
Yeah,
AJ is hot. They remember him right now, so why would they not put it down there?
Yep. So, you know, it was a smart move, in my opinion, to have the nostalgia that he just retired, and you know, he's got that hot streak going, and putting him into that Hall of Fame right away. I mean, AJ Styles obviously has been a journey guy from the independents to TNA to now WWE. He's definitely been around for quite a few decades, and deservingly of whatever it is that he's getting now. Going back to the whole WWE, going back to the Indies, there's guys like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and all these guys that they came from independent, and those are the biggest names they've had in the last decades.
Yeah. You look at, you know, what they did with his induction. They had a lot of the TNA people. We had Kowalski alumni, Frankie Kazarian. They had P.D. Williams, you know, which people forget that P.D.'s producer, you know, for them. between
Abyss, Chris Parks, producer
Yeah.
there too for years, making an appearance as Abyss. It was quite the interesting gather. Air Paris, I think, was there too, his old tag team partner.
Yeah, I remember that from old WCW.
Yeah, so cool for him. Good for AJ, and I don't recall going back. Stephanie is in the class of 2026. She's getting inducted.
Yeah, and there was, I think, one other induction. I don't remember it offhand. I did see that. I don't remember. I saw.
Danny, can you look that up, third party, to see who's so far getting inducted this year?
Sure.
So I think it's Stephanie. You have AJ.
There was somebody else, I think, too.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't remember it.
Usually now it's like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope that, I hope they give them the time to tell the story.
So far, showing Stephanie McMahon and AJ Styles.
Okay, so maybe it's just that then. Okay.
Yeah, I saw something else, but I wanted to check it because some days, I mean, you can't tell some days when stuff.
Yeah, it was probably some AI poster because they.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the Hall of Fame the last couple of years has been watered down because they've done it. They've done it after SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like Rush and it seemed like watered down even being there live. I attended the one with Rey Mysterio. That one was like kind of like the last one that you saw full speeches. Because what you're seeing on TV now is like highly edited versions of the Hall of Fame. Not like we used to see back then. That was like a 3-hour show with like complete stories and stuff.
Yeah, and that's
I enjoyed.
Well, and that's flipping the script a little bit on the Hall of Fame we're doing on the 13th for Showcase. We are structuring it and allowing the talent to tell stories. Because to me, that's what people want to go. They want to go the forgotten stories that never hold. To me, that's just a important part of passing down the history of wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy. I mean, going back, like I said, years prior, I enjoy the speeches and the stories, and guys having the time to tell those stories. And now it seems like they're being rushed, and they're cutting down on time, and they're just cutting down on the whole scenario when it comes to the Hall of Fame. So we'll see if it goes back to what it was this year, or if we got more of what we've been getting the last couple of years. So, can't forget the time Brock got attacked by that mark.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
That was a good one. What else we got? Anything else we got?
Ring of Honor. They're shifting back to studio tapings beginning March 1st.
So that's already official?
Yep, so great news for fans who wanted Ring of Honor to be its own product again. Fightful reports that Ring of Honor will be filming in studio show in Jacksonville, Florida on March 1st, and it could be a permanent home for them.
So gotta wonder what location. It says the theater that it's part of the stadium of the Jaguars, or
the WJCT studios, whatever.
Oh, so they actually go in a TV studio then. So that's kind of like an old school feel wrestling, going back to a television studio to film. I know NWA Power was doing that back at the old television studios in Atlanta, and that's where they were producing a lot of their shows in the beginning. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. You're interested in that, Chris Blackheart?
I am, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was that article. I believe they're going to start doing. I think they said dark taping too, AEW Dark. I'm not positive on that, but if that was a blended story, if I saw it on
that concerns me there that you mentioned that.
Why?
Because now this could turn into like a freaking 3-hour endeavor between those two shows.
Well, if anything, over the past, people have learned you can't do 3, 4, 5 hour marathons.
I mean,
But
I think you're still recovering from the Providence one.
yeah, no,
That show's probably still going on right now.
well, I, I know there's no snow down there because that was one place in Rhode Island that was cleaned quite quickly compared to everywhere else. But
Yeah.
but I think talent wise that could be good. I think hopefully a lot of local talent around here can get some work down there, some opportunities if that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah. So that should be good for everybody. The more outlets, the better it is. The more opportunities. But speaking of opportunities, Showcase Pro Wrestling is having its opportunity to make their debut this Saturday night in Quincy, Massachusetts. You got the info on that big event for this weekend.
Danny, you want to throw the flyer up? I think I threw it in the chat.
I got the Showcase website up.
Yeah, and I think a messenger. I put the flyer up there too. It's the one with the big lion on it.
Oh, okay, 1 second. Let me grab that. The Showcase Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, it may not be on the website, but I know.
Oh, there it is, right there. Yep.
Yeah. So that is going to be a special bell time of 6:30. That is at the Kennedy Center in Quincy. Just put that in your GPS. From Providence, it's about 1 hour and 5. It sounds longer than what it is, but that's some of our old stomping ground.
That's Blackheart driving 1 hour and 5.
All right, well, okay, but I'm bringing a trailer, and a ring. So it is less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
But that is we're teaming up with the Lions Club for a fundraiser for one of their governors. And it's the first time we're there. But the special bell time of 6:30. Advance tickets are available online at showcasewrestling.com, and they will be available at the door. It is the homecoming and debut of a young Drew Worlow, who is part of the Showcase Pro Wrestling training program. And for Drew, guess what? Debuts in your home city, I've had it. They're either going to love you or hate you, Drew. And when your whole city turns on you, you got to figure what you want to do, Drew. So just remember that, Drew. It's a great feeling, but when your whole city, because I had that in Brockton. I remember a couple of times I went in Brockton. The first time, you're excited. But man, Drew, it's going to make you a man that night, to say the least, in that ring.
It'll be a Blackheart thing, and not a lot of people are fans of Chris Blackheart.
Well, yeah, which is true. They do.
we see the outrage of people laughing when you had those difficult tasks a couple months back.
Yeah, no. So Drew,
what's wrong with people nowadays? Like just heartless bastards that are just out there to get you. So
not very nice.
Hopefully this kid knows better. And he just doesn't overstep his boundaries when it comes to whoever he's gonna challenge or wrestle. Or it's pretty much still open, that matchup. So
he literally put to the office, and I think he was a little overzealous, to say the least. He wanted an open contract to wrestle anybody and anybody. And I'm like, Drew, don't do that. And he bypassed me and went to Derek K. Moore, and Derek gave him what he wanted. So, Drew, you wanted it literally. I tried to protect you, and nope, you just hopefully your mouth and your energy can combine and survive this Saturday night in Quincy.
Well, that's the problem with these kids. They don't listen. So he's going to find out the hard way this Saturday when Showcase arrives in Quincy, Massachusetts for that big event there. And then after you get your dose of Showcase Pro Wrestling Live, we go back to WWE Elimination Chamber. It's happening live on ESPN. PLE now. The more pay-per-views, even though you're paying for it. You want to pull out the official card now, Danny, so we can go over these picks
sure.
Officially here?
Becky, we already did, I guess, Becky Lynch.
Yeah, we got to go over it again because we didn't have complete, so we'll go over it
Women's Intercontinental Championship, Becky Lynch defending against AJ Lee, and I picked Becky, you picked AJ, and so did Chris pick AJ.
Yep, I'll stay with that.
Yeah.
And
So,
CM Punk defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. And I picked Punk. You Don picked Balor, and Chris picked Punk too.
okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. But I don't know. I mean, they've been doing some.
Oh man, they keep
promos.
showing that box, Chris Blackheart. They had the box again. You know, it's getting shipped to SmackDown tomorrow, and it will get shipped over to Chicago.
All right, let me switch. Because I do like what they're doing with Finn. I do like his promos. I like the fact that he's bringing up the history of where he's been training. But that box, man, you got to go back with the history. Anything in a box is going to get over.
I mean, we know it's not a belt in a box because it's a little bit too big for a belt in a box.
It's not a belt in a box in a belt?
Yeah, no, but we know there is something in that box, and I think what is in that box is a live individual that's going to come out and, I think is going to make or break that CM Punk matchup with Finn Balor.
Yeah. All right. Now, so I will switch. You can put me down on Balor.
You got Balor? All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with Punk just as a tiebreaker.
That's fine.
What are the other matches?
And we got the Women's Elimination Chamber. And it is, one second. Woman Tiffany Stratton against Rhea Ripley, against Alexa Bliss, against Asuka, against Kyna James, and Raquel Rodriguez in the Women's Elimination Chamber.
I got Raquel again on this. I had her picked to win the Royal Rumble. I like her odds in this, even though they kept, they kept that little at the end of the Rumble with her. I'm going with Raquel.
Raquel. What about you, Chris?
Can you read the names again?
It's Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, Raquel Rodriguez.
The problem, I mean, Rhea's an obvious choice.
That's who I got.
Yeah, no, I'll choose Rhea because I got a feeling she's going to put herself into. I think one of the women's title matches will be a triple threat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still sticking with Raquel on that one.
Yeah. Give me a Rhea on that one.
Then we got the men's elimination chamber. Randy Orton against LA Knight, against Cody Rhodes, against J.V. Evans, against Trick Williams, and against Jey Uso.
Javon Evans. Okay, so
Javon Evans.
The fact going back on news, do you guys see that injury that Bronson Reed sustained, supposed injury?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of injuries right now on the main roster, which, as we said in the past, for everybody else is opportunity.
Now, there's a speculation that injury is bullshit. That they could be doing the swerve like they did with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Because of the way, I mean, it looked kind of odd. Yeah, I don't know if you saw how he got the injury. I mean, sometimes injuries do happen with the dumbest stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know. Going back and seeing it, I just don't see it. But it could be legit. It could be a swerve. I do think that matchup was changed on the fly, the outcome, because you could tell that Jey Uso wasn't supposed to be the one getting his hands raised. So, which leads me to believe it could be a real deal thing. But at the same time, if it is a swerve and it has something to do with the box in that scenario, I mean, who knows? So I'm gonna say, who's the names again?
Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody, Javon, Trick, and Jay.
Oh man, it's gonna be a toughie, man.
All
right. Who do you got, Chris Blackheart? Go first.
See, it's hard because some days Like I think Cody could possibly win, but that box is unveiled. Just give me Cody because Cody's going to do something at WrestleMania. I just don't know what.
Man, the only way I see Cody, Cody taking this and being interesting is Cody turning. That's because Cody again as a babyface doesn't really intrigue me. I mean, Randy is Randy. To me, it's just repetitive.
Well, I do like the fact that they have some new names, coming up that they're they literally put the spotlight on from injuries or not. I mean, Trick Williams.
I got a feeling that either that box is going to take place in Punk's match for sure, or if not, this Elimination Chamber deal. But I'm going to go with the newbie. I'm going to go with Javon on this one.
All right. Now that's opportunity. I think is phenomenal. So.
Yeah. He's been hot lately. They're high on him. I mean, what an upset it will be for him to get a shot that you would only get in America, Chris Blackheart. Only in America. Can you go right from the Elimination Chamber to a World Championship match at WrestleMania?
I'm going to pick Randy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
I mean, Randy's consistent, to say the least. So
yeah.
So, there you go. Our picks for this Saturday. Elimination Chamber from Chicago, Illinois. ESPN.
WWE.
PLE.
Did we talk about this last week? One you guys sent to me about Vince McMahon possibly trying to buy WWE back?
I saw that, but those tweets are fake tweets.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean,
what's that?
No, I sent that. But no, I've seen a couple. I mean, you don't know, man.
Yeah, I went on right after I saw that. I went on Vince's Twitter, and he hasn't posted since Hogan's passing.
Huh.
Well, what I was going to share. Did you see the driving of Vince McMahon? The footage came out him driving his Bentley.
Yes, we saw the footage of him driving and crashing into that car. We saw the footage of the cops engaging with him afterwards. Your thoughts on that?
I think he was kind of honest. He said something idea like, I haven't driven this car this fast in, years.
Yeah.
Because he probably, Vince was always, limousine, somebody driving. So, I think some of that could be honest,
Yeah, some of that could be honest. He could have been on his phone.
Yeah. He
could have been busy, planning to take a shit on somebody's back or something. But, speaking, we'll go to that next since you brought it up. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that the cop's first line is, "Oh, Mr. McMahon."
Yeah.
And he's just playing along with it at that point. He's like, yeah, whatever. Just give me the summons or whatever.
Yeah. He was probably more embarrassed than anything else.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, and then as a cop, how do you approach? I mean, this guy's a freaking billionaire. He's probably going to get whatever you got going. He's going to counter that with no problem. So, that was just a slight interaction. It was funny, though, that the cop came, "Oh, I know who you are, Mr. McMahon." I'm like, "Oh, what are you going to ask for, an autograph or what the fuck?" Like, it was just funny. So, speaking of funny, you guys saw, finally, after all these years, the return of the victim, the self-proclaimed victim. It's kind of like an angle for wrestling. Janelle Grant made an appearance.
Oh, that was an abomination.
At this hearing for NDAs, I guess, to change laws on NDAs. What a load of bullshit that was.
Yeah, I didn't see the footage. I just saw her picture.
Oh, I saw the footage.
Yeah, how was it?
What a loaf of... Danny, you saw it?
Yeah, I tell you, that was an acting job like no tomorrow, man.
That was the worst acting I've ever seen, with these old hags in the background doing like bullshit mannerisms and facials in the background. Like they were shocked and they were so disturbed and so sad. And she claimed that supposedly one of the angles that was being done. This is even after Vince McMahon wasn't involved in any of the writing or the show part. She claims that was based on her ongoings with the whole situation with Vince and others, that they were exposing that in a storyline that was based on her life and her incidents.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's something weird about this girl. I just don't. Something weird in her appearance and the way that she talks, and it's just like you can tell it's just bullshit. Like I just
Well, I mean, they've had time to prep her, change her. The fact that we actually see a picture, what's this, picture number 3 now, that we actually have access to.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean. Ironically enough, there you see the old hags in the background, and the stop that right there, Danny. I mean, I'm controversial when we come to these things here. We got all these people in the background, and then we got the big black guy off to the side. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Like, what is he a victim to? Is he the security of the victims, or what the?
He could be. I don't. Not
He
sure what his role.
I mean, the picture is just odd because you got all these old ladies and Karens in the background, and then you just got two random guys.
Well, they're supposed to be the Connecticut Alliance to End Sexual Violence.
Yeah. Well, in true fashion, when and if this goes sideways, the true victims that this organization is trying to protect and change the laws through, I think they're the ones who I think are going to be ultimately, affected by it.
Yeah, they're screwed because you got somebody as a spokesperson that is bullshitting up her nose because, again, this is somebody that was getting gifts, apartments, cars, flowers, money, and once all that ran out, now you became a victim.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like they are the best chance they had for a spokesperson with some, kind of recognition, to say the least, to get some light on it, where normally, unfortunately, they probably wouldn't.
Well, they're desperate because now she mentioned TKO. Other than Vince, she mentioned TKO, so now she's desperate mentioning whoever in power, whoever has that presence, whoever has that name to keep her ball rolling. But the way that she delivered, I mean, you gotta watch it. I mean, it was just fucking. It was
somebody will like. I'll watch it. I just saw the picture and I'm like, yeah, this is a cover up of who she was.
I'm still waiting. I mean, I think that AEW show that we saw in Providence and her tears. I'm still waiting for both one to end and the other ones to come out. I mean, that because that fake crying was horrendous.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. But we'll see what happens with that. I am looking forward to Vince coming out and giving a response on that.
Yeah,
because I know that's gonna be classic.
Speaking of Vince, I found that video of the crash footage. If you want to see it,
let's play it. Let's play it on here for the people who haven't seen it.
Westport, Connecticut. Connecticut State Police video.
Yeah, he was at the Merrimack Parkway in Connecticut, coming from New York, I guess.
Oh, shit. I guess he was speeding 150 miles an hour.
You can start a hook for at least one Bentley. I'm not sure about the cars behind me. Just stay in the car. Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the next
All
exit.
right. Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but that's why I was very confused. All right, because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour. All right, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my phone.
The person was right in front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No. I haven't been driving my car in God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour. I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything.
I don't think
Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
No, it's
That's like a 13-minute video clip there.
Thank you guys.
So, we don't have to play the whole thing, but you saw the footage when he was like swerving right at the last moment. So, when something like that happens, your attention is somewhere else. So he might have been watching his phone or playing with the radio or not, because it looked like he tried to avoid the car in front at the last minute.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't even paying attention, went right into the back of him.
Yeah. So, it was too late. He was speeding. It was too late, and he just couldn't avoid that car. I mean, that's what it looks like. Last minute he tried to avoid him, and he hit the guardrail there. But the fact that he was so cool, calm, and collective after crashing at 150 miles an hour, quite impressive, Chris Blackheart.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at the technology in that vehicle. Look at the price of the technology. It looks like the airbags went off.
Yeah. He was just like sitting like he looked like he was sitting in his lounge chair in his house, like, I just haven't driven the car in a long time. I'm like, yeah.
He was probably on the phone with John Cena Sr.
Well, ironic enough, and the it's kind of creepy, and is that an hour later Hulk Hogan passed away. So it could have been both. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan the same day, around the same time. So, life is crazy. You just never know. But yeah, that's the only thing that ties people from wrestling tie to Hogan, is that he passed away like an hour later from this incident or something like that. I know it was close, and I don't know if it was exactly an hour, but it was around that same time. Mm-hmm. So crazy.
And we got some matches already from Macho Wrestling. 3 booked matches already.
Yeah, we're getting into that here shortly. And
don't forget too, you're on Total Access with Joe Bruin. I got that for you too.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, we're getting into the road to March Anniversary 19 here. Also, like Danny just mentioned, a new episode of All Access Entertainment Podcast dropped this week with yours truly, Punisher Don Vega. Get into my whole journey in pro wrestling, the ups and downs, some cool stories and whatnot. So go check out All Access Podcast. Joe Bruin interview there, episode 116 is available now on his channel, All Access Entertainment on YouTube. And he's got 115 other episodes with some of the who's in pro wrestling and entertainment, movies, music, you name it. They're all there. Go check it out. I just posted an episode with, I think it's one of the 5 parts with Vince Russo. And he was talking about how guys go about the wrestling nowadays. And that one's a good one for any young man and woman that are in the business. Go take a listen to that and, go and hear from somebody that was producing the biggest stars at that point in time and creating the stories for some of the biggest stars at that time. You heard any of that, Chris?
I haven't. I've been behind on podcasts. But no, I will. Joe has a lot of work on it. I know when I was a guest recently on it, I'm not sure when that's going to be aired, that he does and the stories that you get. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's definitely doing an awesome job. Again, All Access Entertainment on YouTube. Go subscribe to Joe and go give it a watch and a listen to some of these great episodes that he got with a mix of people from the industry and, like I said, entertainment and etc. So look forward to the episode with Chris Blackheart. I'm sure you said some great stuff about the old man there that we got rid of.
I don't even think I mentioned him.
Oh, good for you. I didn't either.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
See, I was testing you. I was making sure that you were on the money.
Well, speaking of on the money, March 1st, Moonshine Alley, 6 p.m. We've done it before, and people love it. We're doing a Marchversary press conference at Moonshine in Providence.
Live now. It's open to the public. People can get to see some of the guys that will be taking part on this live press conference. A lot of the individuals that are involved in matches will be on hand, including the Blackheart. You will be on hand. Myself, I'll be on hand that night.
Yeah, I heard it would be a conspiracyship day. I think they're looking for the keys of the Providence. Shai Shabo with.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get the keys for the city. He can definitely get the snow for the city, but I'm going to give a nice little plug out there. My favorite show of the week is the Shia Shabo episodes. So if anyone's not following him on any social media, between him and your other buddy Lumen, those are the best shows I love watching.
Well, we'll find out in the next couple of days here coming up. We're a couple weeks shy from Marchversary, and we're still looking for missing YouTube World Championship. But speaking of YouTube and World Championships, officially another match has been announced for Marchversary 19. The YouTube World Championship will be on the line if we can find it. When D-Rex will cashing on his opportunity to challenge the champion, Shia Shabo.
Didn't he win the title there 2 years ago in Marchversary?
Yes, he did. So
could this be a repeat for D-Rex?
There you have it. One of the matches officially already signed for Marchversary 19 YouTube Championship matchup.
Well, the thing that people forget on that, when D-Rex was the champion, he actually had to turn it in, quit. He had an injury. He never lost it.
Yeah, he had to relinquish the title. He never lost that title, so we'll find out. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with this whole conspiracy behind this title. Maybe we'll get some clarity before we get to March 14th at Marchversary. But going down the line of the card, if you want to scroll down to the other match card there, Daniel.
Yep, first ever blindfold match, I believe, in Showcase Pro Wrestling history.
Blindfold matchup as Jay Evans will take on Brother Moon Revan with Annabelle's love and approval on the line, I guess. I just don't.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
She is just a doll, Chris Blackheart.
Yes.
So,
and speaking of champions,
maybe Jay Evans will understand this one day. Maybe he'll understand it after March 14. I don't know.
And speaking of champions, and this is how great of a champion that Don Vega is, he's got an open challenge for the Sons of Liberty Championship.
Well, I don't know what was going on with the creative team and all this stuff, but it's not an open challenge. It's an only in America challenge. and it's not a mystery. The mystery will be unveiled soon because I'm in my search. I've seen a lot of people send videos and all this stuff. So March 1st, my opponent will get chosen. There you have it. You're getting a premiere here. March 1st, live from the Moonshine Alley. I'll choose the individual worthy enough for that opportunity because it only happens in America, Chris Blackheart.
I love it.
What better place, right?
Well, there are better places and there are warmer places. But hospitality, the food, the atmosphere in Providence, Moonshine Alley.
I might pick up. I might pick one of the guys. I might pick one of their staff. Who knows? I might pick the server that's serving tables.
Frank Rocha.
This is why I wouldn't go that far. I said the only in America challenge for people that might be capable of an opportunity. I ain't talking about a guy that doesn't have a chance at all.
Yeah,
you got to be fair here, Danny.
About Frank the ref. I mean, the announcer, Frank.
I just said people that might have a chance.
Oh.
Frank the announcer you're talking about?
Yeah.
Frank the announcer looks great, but Frank the announcer doesn't want to cross paths with a Puerto Rican Punisher, Don Vega. He's seen what I've done to a lot of people live. I don't think he wants any of that.
Nope.
He should stick to finding out where's Aiden's jacket because that's still missing also. Do we have anybody before we move on? We got another match that we're going to be announcing in next week's episode here. The title match, Chris Blackheart. Who's it going to be? We're going to find out next week.
Yeah, that's
when we're back.
I got to give it to Derek K. Moorman, working really hard.
And, of course, you can't forget the gauntlet for the gold.
Well, and that is my favorite.
The big matchup where you get an opportunity at any championship here within a year span is showcase. You could challenge for any title, even on the same night. We've seen that happen many times.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you did that last year.
No, I took my shot and I cashed in later down the line, Chris.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, of course I'm sure.
I would never call you a liar.
Well, of course not.
But that could happen. You could go through all the participants, get your opportunity, see an opportunity, and take it that night if that's what you desire.
Well, speaking of the last guy to cash in on the night and still holds the title is the champion, the notorious Rambo Godfrey, part of the Kill Crew, the Puerto Rican Kill Crew. He's still the SPW heavyweight champion to this day, and he did cash in his shot from the gauntlet to the gold at March Anniversary several years back, and still the champion. So we'll find out what's going to happen. We'll find out who that individual that gets that title shot at Rambo Godfrey this year at March Anniversary 19 here next week in the Showcase Pod. What else we had? We got any people in the comments?
Frank Rocha, Ryan Paul, Ken Watson, Frank the ring announcer, Shia Shabo is in there, looking for his championship belt.
So Shia Shabo, are you gonna have some extra investigations going on at the Moonshine Alley for the press conference? I mean, we need to find that title.
Well, maybe that could be the final investigation. Well, the final interrogation.
Somebody must have taken the title.
Yep.
You know the only guy that hasn't been interrogated? Danny Badandi.
Yeah, I was thinking that. And
yeah, because I never lost. I had to give it up to go for another championship. So,
have you been to Texas Roadhouse lately?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I have.
Oh.
Shabo, he's been to Texas Roadhouse.
Shia Shable said the city is on it.
The city?
Assuming Woonsocket, maybe. The city is
We may have to ask Mr. Shabo in this investigation, has he seen any chalk anywhere?
I mean, that could be a possible sign.
That could be a big clue that they didn't put 2 and 2 together.
So we'll find out all those things. What do we got for time? Are we still good? Or
well, he said he hasn't interrogated Sarge yet either. So
yeah, that old man is a sneaky little individual as well. So he's been lingering around, hobbling around. So might want to check his bag when he comes to the arena.
Yeah.
It's been as old as Methuselah the last time Sarge had a belt. So, why not steal one? So what do we got for time, Danny?
a couple minutes here.
What was that? I can't hear you.
A couple of minutes we got.
We got a couple minutes left here on this week. Chris Blackheart, anything you want to get off?
No, I mean, I think the easiest thing is some of the plugs. Everything, obviously, is SP Wrestling on all social media. Join the fans club on Facebook. That is when we typically do the fans, our fan page. They usually get information quicker, interactive. It's just not showcase news we put in there. We put world events regarding wrestling. So you're getting literally an inside, and you're getting part of being the organization where most people aren't. So
speaking of that, the street team opportunity is still available. So for that info, you go to showcaseprowrestling.com to join the SPW street team. All the perks of that deal, it's on the website, all the info. And like we said, follow all the social media at SP Wrestling, including the channel here on YouTube, to see the latest episodes of Showcase Pod. We got a gallery of episodes there, over 100 episodes now, I believe. Some with a lot of guests in the beginning times of the pod. Some that got taken down because we got raw and real, like the real deal Joe Davis likes to say. But yeah, go back and check some of those out. We got some matches that are gonna get featured and drop here in the near future, and the latest into the Road to March anniversary, all the video packages and highlights of what is leading us to March 14th at the Franklin Elks Lodge in Franklin, Massachusetts for March anniversary 19, March 14th. Also, the night before the big event, we have another big event. First time ever, Showcase Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, March 13th, from the Elks Lodge in Franklin. You got the list there, Danny, if you want.
Yep. Hall of Fame inductees is first ever Showcase Pro Wrestling champion Nicholas Knight. Also, Jason Rumble, NWA legend literally, and founder of the NWA New England class of 2026, and also Sergeant Muldoon. I know it's a forbidden name these days here in the Showcase Pro Wrestling. And finally, the great Killer Kowalski being inducted by Brittany Brown, which she's an amazing worker herself, wrestler.
Yep. So there you have it, the class of 2026 Showcase Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, Friday night, March 13th, from the Franklin Elks Lodge in Franklin, Mass, 1077 Pond Street. The tickets are available right now at showcaseprowrestling.com. There's a live link there for that. Tickets are $20 just for the Hall of Fame, Chris?
yes.
So tickets for the Hall of Fame, $20. They're going to have cocktails and stories and all. You could get to mingle with a lot of the individuals that are going to be a part of March Anniversary 19 on that night. Tickets for March Anniversary 19 are also available. Front row are $25. Are there still some front row available?
Yeah, there is actually limited front row. But yeah, everything we always encourage, especially for March Anniversary, get your online tickets. That would guarantee you a spot. Some of the questions we have got for those who did purchase tickets already, it is open seating, so there's no assigned seating. So it's either ringside or general admission. All that means is you are guaranteed a front row seat or a general admission seat.
Yeah. There you have it. Get those now. You know, limited seating, which basically means we're running out. So if you haven't got that front row seat, get it now because you're going to be left out pretty soon here in the next couple of days. Speaking of that, next couple of days, we'll see everybody this Saturday night in Quincy, Massachusetts at the Kennedy Center for the debut of Showcase Pro Wrestling. 6:30 p.m. bell time, special start time there. Again, for the people searching, give the info, Blackheart.
Easiest thing, just put Kennedy Center, Quincy. It's right literally near the shore. There's a couple of different ways you can go there, but don't worry about the address. Put Kennedy Center, you get there quick.
So we'll see everybody this Saturday night in Quincy for a special edition of, I guess, Showcase Saturday night, right? Debut in Quincy. We'll see you right back here next week in the Showcase spot for Danny Badandi, for the Blackheart, Chris Island, and Don Vega. We'll see you here next week in the Showcase pod.